Hour.
We all go a little mad.
Forget you.
You are going to die tonight.
Here's Johnny.
Hello and welcome to the Horror Hour, the place we discuss, debate, and disagree on all things horror. Normally. I'm here today, Yutaka, and today I'm actually going to be doing a review of a movie that's coming out on February 10th exclusively in theaters, and it's called Consecration, and it comes from the British filmmaker Christopher Smith. He's also the co-writer with Laurie Cook, and you might know some of Christopher's previous work, 2016's Creep, about the woman trapped in the London Underground, and then one of my favorite horror comedies, Severance. Now this film stars Jena Malone, adore her, Danny Huston, oh my god, and Dame Janet Suzman. The basic synopsis is after the suspicious death of her brother, a priest, Grace goes to Mount Saviour Convent in Scotland to find out what really happened. Once there, she uncovers murder, sacrilege, and a disturbing truth about her own past. So, you hear suspicious death, she thinks it's murder, they think it was at his own hands. And so, that's the storyline in a sense. Now, the performances, I really enjoyed them. I thought Jenna was great, as this grieving but angry and determined sister who really wants to get to the bottom of what happened. And then you got Father Romero, or Danny Huston as Father Romero from the Vatican, who's also there to really find out also what truly happened with the assistance of Mother Superior, Janet Suzman, Dame Janet Suzman, who I just think is deliciously evil. Honestly, anytime I hear the term Mother Superior, I'm like, don't trust you. I know that's terrible, but it's true. I also have to commend Jenna, as throughout the story, you start to see her character evolve as facts come to light. She starts to somewhat change, and I really appreciate that in the performance. And I also do like, because we do get some flashbacks that kind of start to, and as we see the flashbacks, that's also her starting to realize some of her past and how traumatic it was, and maybe everything wasn't all that it seemed to be. Another thing I really actually adored about this film is the aesthetic. It was very all the colors were muted in a sense. I wouldn't say it was completely monotone in a sense. I mean, the blood was red, but, it wasn't like yellow red, ooh. But this, given the locale, it was in Scotland, which is gorgeous. You got these cliffs, the beach. Oh, man, the colors should be vibrant. But in this case, again, very dull, but I think that worked in a sense because it really added to this gloomy vibe, and I was here for that, honestly, because I love a good horror, but I really enjoy where everything else also kind of puts you in the mood. You've got the setting, you've got the actors, and then that just overall adds to it. So as I'm sitting here watching this, I'm like, just soaking it up. Then you've got the story. Now, I already found myself very intrigued with the possibility of a murder mystery set within a convent and church, because I'm a sucker for procedurals. However, you learn very early on this is going to be a supernatural horror film. And again, I wasn't mad, because one of the things that this film does that I really like is not only is it in the peripheral of us, but in the character as well, where there are certain things that are happening and it's more of like, did I, what? Yeah, I like that. I really do. And it's not jump scares. It's just subtle, but you see it. And as the viewer, I was really living for that. Because again, when I thought it might be a bit of a procedural, again, excited, when they bring in the law enforcement or the investigator, I just don't think that subplot really worked, because you already had Father Romero and Mother Superior. Father Romero was working with Grace, where I felt like Mother Superior was working against. And I liked that dynamic. I didn't need this other guy. I just really didn't. I just felt like that kind of weighed it down, but I don't think it like took away from the overall story, because at the heart of it, it was Jena Malone's Grace. And, you know, who is she? Because we, the audience, want to know. And as she's starting to figure out who she is and what happened to her brother, you know, everything comes together in the third act, because I do like that there were these little, they were like planting the seeds as we were going along, and then everything at the end just came together. Really appreciated that. You know, I will say, as somebody who loves gore, this was not incredibly gory, so don't go into this thinking it's a gore fest. Don't go into it thinking you're going to get a whole ton of jump scares, really. I think you're going to get a really good, moody horror film, and I loved that. You know, overall, I really just enjoyed watching this film, because I will say there were certain deaths, while may not like overly bloody, they were super fun to watch. And again, I think there's a good emotional connection between Jena and her brother that they do show, or, you know, what you do get to see in flashbacks, and how everything actually happened. I really like that. Now, there might have been like one scene that I don't think was meant to be, it was unintentionally funny, but when you see it, you'll know it, and I don't want to spoil it, but I still appreciated it, but I was like, maybe not needed. You know, that's just me. However, overall, I would give this film, I would give it a 3 out of 5. I had a good time. I really liked what I saw. I had a blast with the characters, and the overall story really worked for me. So, again, if you liked this review, hit that like button. We'd appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. If you do end up seeing this, comment down below. Let me know what you thought of it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know what you thought about how it all, you know, ended. Mark spoilers as such. And, hey, thanks for watching. Bye.
You have been listening to the Horror Hour. See you next time.